technology wala, and today I am going to give my review on a most awaited video which is quite close to my heart, The Future of Learning by Sugata Mishra. What this video is all about is Sugata Mishra have found another way of learning, and he used to revolutionize the methodology of learning for the students and for everyone, so that it can be more productive. So, have you ever thought about why schools took today look almost same as they did 200 years ago? Mitra challenges this old system and invites us to imagine a world where children can teach themselves through curiosity, collaboration, and technology. He believes that the way we teach today is outdated, not broken, but outdated, and the future belongs to the self driven learning, not the outdated system that we used to follow in our current schooling system. The problem, what now the question arises is, what is the problem with the current schooling or the traditional schooling system? According to Mitra, the current educational system was designed during the British Empire to produce identical workers, efficient, obedient, and ready to do for clerical jobs. But our world has changed completely with AI, the internet, and automation. We no longer need identical workers, we need creative thinkers. So it is the main problem of traditional schooling. Mitra says that the schools we have are a product of industrial age. They are not broken, they are just obsolete. In the previous industrial revolution, we used to have the people who can work for the same task 8 hours a day, but the industrial revolution 4.0 suggests that we should produce more creative thinkers than the identical workers we used to have in the industrial revolution 1.0 or 2.0. For example, think of a school and an old factory, once useful but now running with outdated machinery. Mitra is asking us not to repair that old machinery but to design something entirely new, a school that runs like a cloud, not like a factory. And the next point is the hole in the wall experiment. Mitra has done an experiment and which has gone viral and which has some fruitful results or data to be discussed here. Mitra became famous for his hole in the wall experiment in Delhi slum. He placed a computer inside a wall and left it for children to explore. No teacher, no instructions. To his surprise, those children who had never seen a computer before taught themselves how to browse, search, and learn on their own. The experiment proved that children, when given the right tools, can organize their own learning. For example, imagine giving a child computer in the middle of nowhere, and a few months later that same child is teaching others how to use it. That's the magic of curiosity and driven learning. Curiosity driven learning. The next point we can take away from the video is the approach SOLE, self organized learning environment. From the discovery came Mitra's famous model SOLE, which stands for self organized learning environment. In a soul, the teacher's role changes completely. They don't give answers, they ask big questions. Students work in small groups, use the internet, discuss ideas, and present what they find. The result, students develop collaboration, communication, and critical thinking, skills that matter most in the 21st century. And the example for this point is, imagine a classroom where the teacher says, why does the moon change its shape? It's a question posted by the teacher to the students, and then steps aside. The students from groups search online, debate, and finally explain it to each other. That's what a soul looks like, learning that's alive. Now, the next point we are moving on to the Granny Cloud learning through encouragement. Mitra also created something heartwarming called Granny Cloud, a network of retired teachers and grandmothers who connect online to encourage children. They don't teach directly, instead, they smile, ask gentle questions, and say things like, "Wow, that's amazing. Can you show me more?" Their encouragement boosts children's confidence and curiosity. For example, picture a kind mother on Skype smiling and asking, "So, what did you discover today?" She doesn't give answers, she gives confidence. That's the power of Granny Cloud. Now, moving on to the next point, which is School in the Cloud, the big vision. Mitra's dream is something called the School in the Cloud, a global space where children learn from one another, both online and in small learning hubs. Instead of memorizing the facts, they explore big questions like, how do dreams happen? Can we ever live on Mars? Teachers become guides on the side rather than the sages on the stage. Exams, Mitra says, should also evolve. Instead of testing memory, we should test how students find, evaluate, and connect information. And the example for this point is, imagine a classroom without walls where students from Pakistan, Japan, Brazil work together on the same project, guided by curiosity and the cloud. That's not science fiction, that's the school in the cloud. Now, the key takeaways and impact from these videos are: the curiosity is the real teacher. Give children a question and they will find the answer. When a person doesn't know something about, like if I don't know about an Android mobile, or a person which uses the same typical old fashioned button operated mobile, then he if we give him the Android mobile, then the curiosity begins, how I am going to operate this device. This is the first takeaway: collaboration over competition. We don't want the competition, but we emphasize through this video collaboration. Kids learn best when they work together, not against each other. This is the very important point that Mishra says in his video. Technology as a partner. The internet can be a mentor, not a distraction. We can streamline the learning process of students or the children's by taking in technology as a partner, not as a distraction. New role of teachers: instead of explaining everything, teachers should inspire, question, and encourage. Equality in the learning: every child, rich or poor, urban or rural, can access knowledge if given digital tools. These are the key takeaways from this point or the whole video. For example, a child in a remote village can now access the same knowledge as student in the, although a screen and a question, all through a screen and a question. That's the future of learning. The same material can be learned by a child living in the rural areas of a developing country. The same material which is being produced in a developed country, which was not accessible if we think about 100 years ago or 50 years ago or even 30 years ago. The challenges and criticism which a student take, or the change in the system would takes place. Some educators argue that not all children can self organize. Younger students may still need structure. Access to the internet computers remains a challenge in many years, because every one of us do not have the access to the internet, and there are also fluctuations in the speeds or the connection problems in developing countries. Assessing this kind of learning is difficult. How do we measure curiosity and collaboration? There is no single parameter that how we can test the curiosity and collaboration of the students. For example, it's true not every child will learn the same way, but Mitra's ideas gives us a spark, a new direction, a reminder that the learning is not about control, it's about freedom. So the conclusion, my reflection from the video is, in my view, Sugata's vision is more than just educational reform. It's an educational revolution. He shows us that classrooms don't need walls, that curiosity is stronger than the instruction, and that learning happens best when it's self-driven. The future of learning isn't about knowing answers, it's about asking better questions. If you found this video inspiring, make sure you like, comment, and share your thoughts. Do believe your children can truly teach themselves. Let's talk about it. Thank you so much. This was all from my side.